Advaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे हरे. Love for Srimad Bhagavatam prayers. Narayanam namaskritya naram cheva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet shranvatam swakatha krishna punya shravana kirtana hridayantasto hi bhadrani vidhunoti shuhatsatam नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नमो श्रीपादाय कृष्णप्रसादाय श्रीमते शरणमपा स्वामिनिति नामिने. Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Seeking all of your blessings and prayers to read this very nice verse today and speak something that's beneficial for myself as well as all of us gathered here. So we're reading from Canto 3, Chapter 25, Text 20. Prasangam ajaram pasham atmana kavayo viduhu sa eva sadhushu krito moksha dvaram apavritam. I'll read it one more time. Prasangam ajaram pasham atmana kavayo viduhu sa eva sadhushu krito moksha dvaram apavritam. Word by word. Prasangam, attachment. Ajaram, strong. Vasam, entanglement. Atmanaha, of the soul. Kavayaha, learned men. Viduhu, no. Sa eva, that same. Sadhushu, to the devotees. Kritaha, applied. Moksha dwaram, the door of liberation. Apavritam, opened. Translation. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Here it is clearly stated that attachment for one thing is the cause of bondage in conditioned life. And the same attachment, when applied to something else, opens the door of liberation. Attachment cannot be killed. It has simply to be transferred. Attachment for material thing is called material consciousness. And attachment for Krishna or his devotee is called Krishna consciousness. Consciousness, therefore, is the platform of attachment. It is clearly stated here that when we simply purify the consciousness from material consciousness to Krishna consciousness, we attain liberation. Despite the statement that one should give up attachment, desirelessness is not possible for a living entity. A living entity, by constitution, has the propensity to be attached to something. We see that if someone has no object of attachment, if he has no children, then he transfers his attachment to cats and dogs. This indicates that the propensity for attachment cannot be stopped. It must be utilized for the best purpose. Our attachment for material things perpetuates our conditional state. But the same attachment, when transferred to the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotee, is the source of liberation. Here, it is recommended that attachment should be transferred to the self-realized devotees, the sadhus. And who is a sadhu? A sadhu is not just an ordinary man with a saffron robe or long beard. A sadhu is described in the Bhagavad Gita as one who unflinchingly engages in devotional service. Even though one is found not to be following the strict rules and regulations of devotional service, if one simply has unflinching faith in Krishna, the Supreme Person, he is understood to be a sadhu. Sadhur eva sa mantavyaha. A sadhu is a strict follower of devotional service. It is recommended here that if one at all wants to realize Brahman or spiritual perfection, his attachment should be transferred to the sadhu or devotee. Lord Chaitanya also confirmed this. Lava matra sadhu sange sarva siddhi hoy. Simply by a moment's association with the sadhu, one can attain perfection. Mahatma is a synonym of sadhu. It is said that service to a Mahatma or elevated devotee of the Lord is Dwaram Ahur Vimuktehe, the royal road of liberation. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes Tamo Dwaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. Bhagavatam 5.5.2. Rendering service to the materialist has the opposite effect. If one offers service to a gross materialist or a person engaged only in sense enjoyment, then by association with such a person, the door to hell is opened. The same principle is confirmed here. Attachment to a devotee is attachment to the service of the Lord, because if one associates with a sadhu, the result will be the sadhu will teach him how to become a devotee or a worshipper and a sincere servitor of the Lord. These are the gifts of a sadhu. If we want to associate with a sadhu, we cannot expect him to give us instructions on how to improve our material condition, but he will give us instructions on how to cut the knot of the contamination of material attraction and how to elevate ourselves in devotional service. That is the result of associating with a sadhu. Kapila Muni first of all instructs that path of liberation begins with such association. So that ends the purport. I want to thank Sachi Sutta Prabhu for giving me this nice opportunity to read this verse. Many of you or some of you have attended the seminar or the workshop that we had with Nityanand Prabhu and Hemangi Mataji. And this verse was the foundational verse that Nityanand Prabhu spoke about. And it's a very meaningful verse. It has very deep meaning and, wonderful purport Prabhupada has written. So what we are understanding from this is that attachment, um, just as the living entity, just Prabhupada is in purpose mentioning that desirelessness cannot be, living entity cannot be desireless, that is of the soul. And similarly, this propensity to be attached to something is um, is part of is of the soul, so that one cannot stop. And Prabhupada is mentioning that when there is such a propensity, when somebody doesn't have a children, then one transfers that attachment to cats and dogs. So this attachment is natural for the soul. And where should one transfer this attachment? Where should this attachment to be, where we should focus it on? And why we should focus it, that is what we are trying to understand. This this sense of we're in this material world, and this Maya's grip is so strong. It really has this kind of, by our neck, we can say, it's really gripped. The grips are really tight, and we cannot be released on our own effort. If we have to, in the Bhagavad Gita, as it's mentioned, when we're tied up by the rope of this modes of material nature, somebody who is free from those modes is the one who can come and release us. And that is the sadhus, that's the Mahatmas. And this attachment that we have for the material propensity, the material attachment, it's same attachment. If we divert it, or we focus it on being with sadhus, then that is the real, in one sense, will help us get liberated, or be removed from this clutches, this strong hold of the Maya that we have on us. And and all of us are in that seminar. I remember Prabhu had given this example of the two drivers, the Uber drivers. One is going 30 miles, one is going 50 miles an hour to pick up a passenger. And who will get there first? Prabhu had pointed, asked that very important question. And where Prabhu was really focusing on that, yes, one may be going really fast, or just may seem like somebody's really progressing in the path of bhakti, or they're going somewhere because they're going fast. But what really matters is the direction one is going. It is the orientation of one's consciousness that determines, how one is, if one is going in the right direction. So this orientation is, somehow we have to make our consciousness get hold onto the sadhus. And once we are in association with the sadhus, what do we do? And that also, as we know, like Bhagavatam gives us all these wonderful directions. It is for us, as mentioned, Prabhupada mentions it in every beginning of introduction of every canto, that it is called Srimad Bhagavatam is written to create a revolution in the impious lives of this this material world that we're living in. So it gives us an answer. So when we are with the sadhus, when we are in association with the sadhus, what are we to do? So one is, obviously, we hear from them, that hear the Krishna Katha, topics of Krishna. And the other one, as mentioned in Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 16, it is this, by serving these devotees, the translation reads that, "O twice-born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely freed from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one gains affinity for hearing the messages of Vasudeva." So this offering service to the sadhus is what will help or deepen our attachment towards them, devotees, as well as Krishna, hearing about Krishna, serving Krishna. And all of this begins, Prabhu mentioned in the workshop that it all begins with actually having this deep relationship with one's guru. And this relationship with the guru is not necessarily on an external level, but also just wholeheartedly, with all, like a full surrender towards the guru. The relationship is what will help one become attached to sadhus as well as Krishna. So just keeping the two important words that were mentioned in the workshop was this prasangam. Prasangam means attachment, and eva sadhushu krito. So this and to the sadhus, to the devotees, and the strong attachment that one should have the orientation or direction towards. And Prabhupada also in the purport is mentioning that who is a sadhu? Sadhu is not just an ordinary man with a saffron robe or long beard, but one who has unflinching faith in Krishna. And even Prabhupada is, in one sense, being so, kind, or at least he's mentioning that even if somebody's not following the strict rules and regulation, but having this unflinching faith and unflinchingly engaging in devotional service should be considered a sadhu. And then also Lord Chaitanya confirms this by saying that even just by simply by a moment's association with a sadhu, one can attain perfection. So, that is somehow, if we can, every morning when we wake up, if we can just kind of begin our day as we're offering our prayers to our spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada, if we can just orient ourselves every morning in thinking, or just having that intention that somehow or other I want to serve and become attached to the sadhus, and slowly this grip, the strong grip, the grasp that material energy has on us can be loosened. And in that respect, Prabhu had pointed this, visual of a monkey, a baby monkey, holding on to the mother or father monkey. And so the baby monkey is upside down. And, as we have seen, I'm sure we can all visualize that the baby monkey is upside down and is just holding on to the mother monkey. And that is what we are remembering, the visual, that our goal or our job is just to hold on to the sadhus, and that will open the door for liberation. I is saying, as we hold on to them, they will help us move forward towards Krishna. So just, maybe, just remember that visual. I wish I had more time to project it, like share that image, find that image and share with all of us, people who attended. It will be a refresher, and people who didn't attend would get that visual effect, but I'm sure we can all visualize that. So yeah, devotees, that's I would like to share from this verse today, and we can just leave a few moments for any sharing or discussion points. And if anybody wants to add, I'm sure there's so much could be said about this, and there's so much, probably much deeper import than what I shared. But we can just share for a few minutes.
Hare Krishna, Govinda Mohini Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept
You have captured it very nicely, the essence of the verse. That is, as we hold on to the sadhus, lotus feet, the grip on us by the material energy is slowly becoming relaxed. That's very, very easily, very nicely conveys the. I just would like to point out one thing, that in the verse ajaram, that is short ye. I don't know if you thought it was a long ye. I checked in the Sanskrit this thing, and there also it's short. I know you will be speaking so many times of all this. I just wanted you to check on that one. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Sure, Mataji, my Sanskrit is, quite poor. So I usually do mix up the words. One is short and one is long. I'm still learning. So yeah, thank you for correcting.
Yeah.
So what is it? Ajaram?
Ajaram.
Ajaram, not ajaram.
Not ajaram.
Ajaram. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Hare
it.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, yeah, devotees, if anything is there, we can share. Otherwise, I think Prabhu had to leave because he got a work call. He said he had to get on work call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranamal Guru Srila Prabhupada. I just want to say that you cannot compete with IIT people, especially Sandhya Mataji.
Yeah,
Oh
probably
my
not.
goodness gracious. How he has to rag me every time. Hare Krishna. Okay. It's very affectionate ragging. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay, devotees, if nothing else is there, we can conclude here for today. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय।